What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nintendo Friends, where we talk about everything Nintendo. Today, we will be talking about 5 Switch games you should own or maybe you overlooked. I'm your host, DA, and with me as always is my co-host and fellow gamer, Abel. How you doing today, Abel?
Doing really good. What's up, guys?
Alright, so a little bit of disclaimer. Last week we had a little bit of a problem uploading our Pokemon 25th anniversary show. Yeah. Man, I was
such
so
a good
disappointed.
episode planned
It was
out.
so great, and it wasn't anything that we did, really. I uploaded the video at least 12 times.
Right.
And it got blocked for copyright issues. And it wasn't anything, because we spoke about the Pokemon Direct, which was great. But it wasn't even anything from the Pokemon Direct, anything from Nintendo, anything from Pokemon. It was It was footage of some of the Pokemon movies and shows that I personally own.
Oh, really?
But the thing is, it wasn't even blocked by Nintendo, and it was not blocked by the Pokemon Company. It was blocked by some German YouTube page, who I have never heard of before, who I have never gotten any images or any videos from them.
Right.
I used like files I had, and I don't know what went wrong.
Oh no, it's a shame.
So it wouldn't let me upload it.
Right. It wouldn't come into fruition.
But we spoke about it, and we both decided, what we said in the podcast, it really wasn't anything different than what a lot of people were already saying.
About the Direct, yeah.
About it being, the open world game, the Diamond and Pearl remakes. We're really excited for that, but
Definitely.
honestly, and we're excited for the next time that we do talk about Pokemon on the show, but I kind of don't want to talk about anything for like a while just because of the headache that we went through. But we do apologize for that. We were supposed to put out the video in the podcast last week, but it didn't happen because of those issues. But we're back, and we're going to talk about these 5 Switch games that you should own, and we're going to have a great time.
Yep, for sure.
We're going to talk about 5 Switch games that you should own or that you may have overlooked. The Switch has been out, 4 years now, and there are a crud load of games on the Switch. And, during that time, there are some games that you might have overlooked, that you may have seen or heard about, but you haven't really had the chance to play them. Well, we play them for you, and we can tell you straight up that these games are great. And there's a little bit of everything for everyone on this list. So because there's the expensive games, there's a $60 game, there's a $30 game, there's a free game, there's a $15 game. So yeah,
this covers all the spectrum.
Yeah, so if you're worried about whether or not you can afford these games, I know times are tough. COVID is still going on,
Definitely.
but so if you're worried about that, we got you covered. That's how we do here at Nintendo Friends.
Definitely. We'll give you guys the hookup.
So first up, we got Celeste. This 2018 platformer follows a young woman named Madeline who attempts to climb a mountain, Mount Celeste, and must face her inner demons in her quest to reach the summit. While Madeline makes her way up a mountain, she must avoid various deadly obstacles. Along with jumping and climbing up walls for a limited amount of time, Madeline has the ability to perform a mid-air dash in all directions. So this game, I heard about it back in 2018 when it came out, and it was all over the place. It was in the Game Awards. It got nominated. It won at the Game Awards, and I was just like, wow. But the thing is about this game is that people kept saying it was hard.
Yeah, I heard that too, actually.
And
I was seeing gameplay of it too.
Yeah,
a lot of Let's Players were doing it.
Platformers are usually, it depends. It can go either way.
Sometimes they can hold your hands. Sometimes it's just you're left to the wolves.
And you remember, I like my handheld.
Yeah.
For most of the time. Not all the time, but this game is extremely difficult. But I loved every second of it.
Right.
I beat it in 7 hours.
Wow.
Straight.
Really?
I played the game until it was done.
Dang.
That is the first time that I've ever in one sitting. That is the first time I've ever done that ever.
Nice.
Just played the game in one sitting. And like I said, 7 hours. I didn't go to work. I was too invested, man. I'm not proud of it, but I'm kind of proud of it. So
it's a bit of an accomplishment to say that.
Yeah. So my first way through, it took 7 hours to beat, but it is so addicting. I got so addicted to the game. The music is very 8-bit. It's very
nice
blippy.
Yeah.
And that's just it makes my soul happy. Hearing doo-doo-doo-doo, little things like that,
The graphics do kind of harken back a little bit to definitely a nice 2D, 16-bit, 8-bit kind of aesthetic.
Oh, yeah.
But it does have a modern kind of twist to it, to where it's kind of like, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Shovel Knight,
So I think it does.
Yeah.
It does. But the thing is, like, which I think it has a better art direction, better soundtrack, and sound design. So, like, the sound design in this game is so fantastic.
Right.
It's one of the best games as far as sound design goes that I have ever played.
In terms of sound effects or in terms of
everything.
music?
Sound design, sound effects, the score, very beautifully composed. It's amazing. Like I was like blown away. Like, this game can't be like that. It's a 2D platformer. Like, how good can... Dude, no, the story is great. It has a lot to deal with mental health, and I was going through some mental health issues at the time.
Oh, really?
And dude, it was comforting, bro. It was like,
interesting.
they saw me. Like, it's
it's relatable.
There's a reason why this game won out the Game Awards for that year that it came out. And
was it 2018?
It connected with a whole bunch of people, and like me, including me. So I played it.
Cool.
A year after, but man, this game is fantastic. It's about maybe $7-something when it's on sale. So like it's always going on sale. So just look out for that. But
so
I
that's
highly
definitely
recommend
the
it.
cheaper one.
Yeah, it's one of the cheaper ones.
Okay, good.
But
good.
it is the number one
high
game
value for
that I would say I would put it at the top of this list because, man, it is such a good game. It is the best independent game of all time, I believe.
Wow.
For me, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Celeste, look it up. It's great. So the second game we have on our list is Little Nightmares 2, which came out last month. It is a sequel to the first Little Nightmares, obviously, with the 2 in the title. But in this puzzle platformer horror game, the story follows Mono, who must work together with Six to survive the horrors of the Pale City and discover its dark secrets. Man, this game is so... It was praised for its graphics and its sound design, which again is top tier. I would say. The only thing, and I have to say this up front, is that the controls could be a tad bit better. The only reason why I give it a little bit of a pass, like it won't be too much of an issue, because for the type of game that this is, I think it kind of works.
What about the controls? Would you say?
So like it's very slow, but it seems sometimes too slow for its own good.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is like, it's a game where you're trying to escape and like go through and, try to, traverse
your way
through this world, without being seen by monsters, without being seen by, enemies. And like, but I think it adds to the horror aspect of it. So you're like
kind of suspenseful.
You got to be fast,
Yeah.
with your controls. You got to be fast with your decisions, so that way you won't get caught or you won't get seen.
Right.
So I think in that sense it does help a little bit, but the controls could be a tad bit better, I think. And also like I love playing games like this because like, puzzle games I'm pushing 30 years old. I'm gonna forget stuff. Just an old joke, but I mean, like, I love things where I have to think. Like,
yeah.
And you have to, because I got stuck. Like, you get stuck maybe within the first 5 minutes of this game,
right?
And it's something that's not easily like
solvable.
Yeah, you're just there wondering like what, and you forget that you can move. I will say this. I will give you hints. You remember that you can move in a 3D space. Like you're not just like, it's not just a platformer where you just go straight.
Yeah.
You can move up and down, even though it's not 3D, like all around. You can, it is a side.
It's not 360.
Right. It is a side scroller, but you can move, up and down throughout the whole,
forward,
in
back,
a 3D
left,
world,
right?
Yeah. So like, so instead of just going straight back and forth, but that is going to be, exploration again is key with this game, and which is another reason why I like it. It is best played with headphones in the dark or on a big TV in the dark.
Definitely in the dark either way though.
I will say something about this. I think they missed an opportunity to make this multiplayer because there are two people. You switch in between two people. Between Mono and Six. So
that would have been.
It has you holding hands with each other and you gotta run, whereas like I really think they missed an opportunity to make it 2-player, because it would be really cool, like, to play this with a person, you know. You be the other character while, you know, you guys gotta navigate your way through this world, and have that experience together. But
that could open the possibility of having new puzzles built especially for 2-player modes.
Right, exactly.
And that's a whole other world.
But it is a great game. I give it maybe like an 8 out of 10. But it is really great. It's really Burton-esque. I really love, if you love Tim Burton movies, you're gonna,
for sure.
And if you love the first game, you're gonna like it. So, and if you haven't played the first game, play it. It's great too. I have it on Xbox. That's where I played it first. So, and then I got it for Switch. But yeah, Little Nightmares 2. It's a creepy good time. The third game we have on this list is Doom Eternal. Now, Doom Eternal came out first for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox. It was barely later put on Switch in December of 2020.
Wow.
I think
That's
Doom.
super recent.
I think the first. Yeah, it is. It was only a couple months ago, and this game, man. So like, it came out on PS4 and Xbox, and it is a really, really full game. Like, it's a heavy game. It's got a bunch of graphics. It's got a lot going on, graphics wise, man. Just like, you would think that the Switch version would be missing things, you know. It would be slow compared to dude. The Switch, whoever ported this game to Switch, whether it be Bethesda or if they worked with somebody, they kicked butt on this port, because it looks fantastic. It doesn't lag. It doesn't. There's no. The frame rate doesn't drop. At least, as long as I've been playing it. I bought it like last week, and I've been playing it for a while, and I don't know, man. It's just like, it's not, the only thing, it is a digital download only, so you're gonna need some space. You're gonna need to buy a memory card, but other than that, for good reason. I mean, it's big, but But other than that, this game looks fantastic on the Switch. The campaign mode is great. You get to shoot like everybody's nightmare, because you're like in hell fighting the forces of hell, and it's just like, it's just so satisfying. It's a really good first-person shooter.
Right.
I'm not really into first-person shooters. Like, I'm really not. I do love them. I do, but they're not my favorite thing. Like, I don't have to buy the Call of Duty every year. I don't have to, you know. But there are some first-person shooters that I give credit
thoroughly
for.
Enjoy.
Yeah, because they do things differently, or they do like.
Doom
And this is
one
of those games.
Yeah, Doom has always been. Doom is definitely a pioneer of the first-person shooter.
Oh yeah,
genre.
dude! I have a personal connection with Doom, because like, Doom was created the same year I was born.
Oh really?
It was born.
Wow.
93. It came out in 93, and that was the first person
shooter.
That was the first person shooter that I've ever played. And then I played Doom 64, you know, which I have. It's available on Switch too. You should get that too. But man, this game looks really fantastic. Let me. Do you mind if I show you a little bit on my Switch?
Show me. Yeah.
So like, I have my Switch geared up. If you can hear it, I don't know if you can hear it. But I'm about to show him what it looks like. Oh my god, that music!
Dang. Well, yeah, man. Doom's always had the hardcore metal music. Fits the vibe real good.
Oh, I gotta press A. Look at how this looks.
Yeah, it looks real good. Hey, this looks like some Bloodborne looking.
And this is a game that was again first brought on the PS4 and Xbox, the Xbox One, and it keeps up, dude. Like, the frame rate's not dropping. It's, you know, you can. It looks amazing. It
That's
really
cool.
Look at the world. Yeah. Look at the background, man. Like, it's not as well defined as I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 4 and Xbox is. But it looks amazing.
And keep in mind too, for those listening, we're watching this from the
in handheld mode.
In handheld mode, we're not on like a big screen right now. And from what I'm seeing in handheld mode, this looks really good.
Yeah, man.
Because this is my first time seeing the game.
I would say it's one of the best ports for Nintendo Switch that has ever been done.
Right.
I think last year that game Outer Worlds was also brought onto the Switch, and the port for that one was horrendous. Like,
oh yeah,
it was skipping. The backgrounds were not defined at all. Like, it was very, like, you know how it's just, like, foggy, and then when you walk up, they render.
Yeah.
It was like that. And, I mean, like, which is fine, but, I mean, it really takes away from the experience of the game, where you should just, you know, play it on another console. But, no, dude, like, Doom for Nintendo Switch is a hell of a good time. You know, no pun intended. But, yeah, I would definitely recommend it. And it's multiplayer. There's a campaign mode. You know, I do believe, though, for multiplayer, you have to have 3 people at least instead of 2. Because when I tried to play it 2, I couldn't make it work for some reason. But 3 people, or if you go online, you're sure to get a match. But, I recommend it. It is full price at $60, but it's worth it. It is literally one of the best first-person shooters on Switch.
Right.
Probably the best one. But,
nice.
Yeah. The 4th game we have on this list is The Last Campfire. So The Last Campfire is a puzzle game in which the player assumes control of a soul named Ember, who must solve various environmental puzzles to help fellow forlorn souls who have lost hope to find their purpose. As you progress, you meet and assist various non-playable characters who will give Ember new items for solving puzzles. You can also play the game in Explore mode, which removes most of the puzzles in the game, which that was really cool because you know me, again, exploration is my thing, it's my jam. So, like, you know, I went ahead and I played a little bit in Explore mode. I'm going to have to play a little bit more, but this game, man, when I played this game, it gave me a little bit of a Captain Toad Treasure Tracker vibes.
Oh, yeah?
With the puzzles that it makes you solve. The only thing is that it's less cutesy. It's more, the art style is more like calm and
tranquil,
looking, beautiful, running waterfalls.
Kind of Zelda-y a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. If Zelda mixed with Captain Toad,
right,
it would kind of.
Ember is very interesting. I love the character design in this game.
I do too. I was going to tell you that.
Everything is very.
It's interesting. It's original.
Everything is very likable. And very interesting. And I don't know. I haven't finished this game yet. I'm still playing it, but I'm having a really, really great time. Cool. This game is also on iOS, which I thought was really weird because, like, you know, if you're playing it on a phone, I feel like it takes away from the beauty of the game because you gotta touch stuff. Like, you gotta touch the screen in order to go. And, like, I was like,
kind of downplays certain aspects.
Yeah, I feel like this game would be better on Switch or where, you know, PC, on Steam, wherever you buy it. But I think it's worth it on Switch. It's only $15 at the moment. I'm sure it'll go on sale, you know, every now and then. But I do recommend this game. It's a really, really cutesy game. I really don't have much to say about it other than that I love the art direction. I love the direction that it's going, and I think it's a really cool, cutesy game. But it does have some dark moments. It does have some elements. It's narrated, too, which I think adds. It's like watching a movie.
Yeah.
You're like experiencing a movie.
Almost.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But The Last Campfire, you know, for those puzzle solvers, you know, if you like it, you know, if you like calm games, you know, this is definitely a game to play before bed, or while you're in bed, you know, in handheld mode. So, but I highly recommend it. I'm having a great time. So
cool.
Yeah. So the last game on this list is the free one. So.
Nice.
You know, we're putting money back in your pocket, but making, you know, having you, we're putting money back in your pocket, but giving you a great time. So, just because it's free, you shouldn't compromise your fun. So, the 5th game is Paladins. In this free-to-play online hero shooter game, players participate in a team-based first-person shooter that focuses on 2 groups of 5 players each who compete for combat-based goals. The game is set in colorful sci-fi fantasy maps, where each player chooses a champion, and each champion has their own weapons, skills, and fighting style. So this game, man, it's basically a free Overwatch, but I think it's so much better than Overwatch. I'm sorry. I know it's a hot take, but, like, I enjoyed it more than Overwatch. And I really like Overwatch. I do. I like the characters.
Yeah, I like Overwatch, too.
But honestly, dude, I think Paladins should not be overlooked. It is a highly underrated first-person shooter game. I first found out about it on PlayStation, and my friends were playing it. and I had a lot of fun. And when I heard I could get it on Switch, I was like, oh heck yeah, you know. So like that was the first person shooter I would go to before any of the Dooms came out, you know.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, it is such a good game. It's really fun. It's more fun with friends.
Definitely.
If you want to play,
hey, after the podcast,
I'd be down for that. But it's really fun, man. Like
yeah.
Once you get the hang of it, it's great. Have you ever played Overwatch before?
Overwatch, yeah, no,
Okay.
definitely. I went through my older sister went through a mini phase where she was obsessed with it, so I would play with her all the time.
Yeah, so it's basically Overwatch,
Yeah.
but it's free, and
Cool.
it's
And in your
It's fun.
opinion, it's
it's a little better, I
Yeah.
think, just because you don't have to pay. It's like the reason. Okay, the reason why I say it's better is because I got the same experience as I did in Overwatch for free. Like that.
right.
That is just bonkers to me because,
Yeah.
I didn't have to pay anything.
Yeah. Well,
And
take
it's-
advantage of that, guys.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Paladins, it's really great.
Yeah.
You'll have a really great time. Play it with friends though. That's the best. Online matches are cool if you like playing by yourself, but honestly, with friends, it's a whole lot better. And hopefully Nintendo has a voice chat soon because we have to talk on the phone or something like
Yeah,
that when we
yeah.
play online, or on the Nintendo Switch app. But other than that, I really hope they do that too. Maybe in the Switch Pro. Oh, that's a conversation for later on though. But
we'll see about
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, this has been 5 Switch games you should own, or maybe that you've overlooked. We wanted to keep the podcast shorter today, just because all of the headaches that we got last week, that we went through. So,
Yeah, please forgive us. It was a struggle.
yeah, it was really, really discouraging. But we figured we'd do something cool and different for our listeners, for people who love Nintendo. 5 Switch games that maybe you haven't played or you haven't heard of. And honestly, all of these are great. If you have played them, kudos to you. If not, you should really check it out. It's just you're really gonna have a great time, I think. So,
And if not, or even if you have, let us know in the comments what you think about those games.
yeah, if you're listening to this on Spotify, go to our Instagram page at @NintenFriends. If you're listening to this on YouTube, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, let us know what you think of them too.
Well, that wraps up another episode. Thank you guys for listening. Remember to follow us on Instagram at @NintenFriends.
And you can listen to us on Spotify, the Anchor app, as well as YouTube.
From us here at NintenFriends, thank you for being our player 2. We hope you can join us next time to play